It's day 75 of our inventory transformation. I'm working on aging up this winter fawn, and I think we need like one more winter fawn so that we have enough that we can be able to make a neon. You know, I'm just always working on making some low tier neon. We got this offer, and this person actually wanted to offer for our diamond albatross. And if you guys remember from another video, the diamond albatross is actually worth quite a bit. I think there's 2 more albatrosses, but the diamond albatross is worth the most. It's worth about 3 or 4 like pretty good legendaries. But this person just started adding in some ultra rares. And then after I told them no thank you, they started putting in moon eggs, and you guys know we could buy a bunch of moon eggs if we wanted to because we have enough bucks. So really I just told them I wasn't interested in this trade. We finally got this house finished, and guys, I just absolutely love it. I love grinding in it. I love going home, and I'm just so excited how it ended up, or how it turned out. You guys know I'm a little bit ahead in this series, and when I look back at some of these videos or some of the video footage, I'm like, why wasn't I grinding as a baby? I wish I had been grinding as a baby that whole time, because I'm missing out on so many bucks. I spent some time in the center of town, and I was actually looking for another winter fawn, and then guys, someone just gave us one. I have no idea who it was, but they gave us another winter fawn. So it just goes to show that there are a lot of really kind people that are playing Adopt Me. When I came home, this girl was actually like grinding in my house. So I checked out her profile just because I always check out everybody's profiles all the time. Then while I was checking it out, she actually sent me a trade request. She asked if we had an offer for her fly winged horse, and I actually really like these. First of all, they're Robux pets, and so they're worth a little bit. I mean, they're not worth anything crazy, but they are worth a little bit more than, say, like an alicorn that you can get out of an egg. And they are usually like really easy to trade because people really like them, and this one was fly. Then she asked if we would trade for our ride octopus, and I think this one's going to be really easy to trade, and it didn't really matter to me, so I went ahead and did the trade with her. Then we had this person that wanted to offer for a ride lamb, and guys, I just wasn't interested in any of those pets. Then we got this offer for our winter buck, and I actually really like the blossom snakes, but I'm not sure like if the value is going to go down a little bit just because a lot of people have them right now. But I was thinking if they added enough stuff, because I do have a ratatasker, and I wanted to get like enough to be able to make a neon, and then I was looking for some other pets to try to make neon, so I just asked them if they had them, and they didn't, I guess, because they ended up declining the trade. Then we got this offer for our neon beaver, and at first I thought that they meant like they were going to add like a neon ratatasker, which would have made a whole lot more sense. But I just kind of told them like, this doesn't really make any sense because yours worth like so much less than the neon beaver. And I really just wasn't sure like, are they just want a beaver or what? So anyways, I took out the neon beaver, and I actually added in a beaver, and then at first they added a robot back in, and then they took it out, and then they just ended up declining the trade. Then we got this offer for our neon beaver, and guys, remember this is in my trading stand, and that's why everyone keeps offering for it. So they actually added this ride lunar ox. It was ride, but those are really difficult to trade. And then they added in this headless horse, and then they added in a couple more pets. And guys, this beaver, it's like rare, and I'm not really sure what it's worth. I mean that it's like really worth anything. And I thought like, well, some of these pets might be like I could get other stuff to make neons. So I actually kind of felt like I was maybe doing them a little bit of a favor, but I did accept the trade, but then they ended up declining at the last minute. Then we had this person, and they wanted to offer for our fly winged horse that we just got, and they added in this gilded snake. And guys, the values say that these are about equal, but honestly, I just feel like there's more people that would probably offer for the winged horse than there are that would offer for the gilded snake. I might be wrong, and the gilded snake might end up being worth like a whole lot more, but this just goes back to that whole like, the cuter the pet is, probably the more likely you are to be able to trade it, or at least that's kind of what I fall back on, and so I just wasn't interested in doing this trade. These kind of trades drive me about crazy. This person like traded us, and then they added in all these pets, and then I went to offer. I wasn't sure what to offer because honestly I wasn't interested in any of these pets, and then they said like, please add, and that just drives me crazy. No, I don't want to add. I didn't even say that I wanted to offer for your pets. Then we had this person that wanted to offer for our ride lamb, and they added in this ride ground sloth. Guys, if I wanted a neon ground sloth, I could make a neon ground sloth, and I just don't think, I mean, values say that it is definitely worth this ride lamb, but guys, according to me, like I would rather have the lamb than I would the ground sloth. Then I think they added in like a ride corgi or a ride like Shiba Inu or whatever they are called, and I'm just not interested in it. I find that people don't really want to trade their lambs, so I didn't want to trade mine away for just anything. And there is no doubt going to be somebody that comments saying that I should have taken this trade, but no thank you. I don't want to take this trade. And again, it was a fair offer, definitely a fair offer, but that doesn't mean I have to take the trade, because I didn't take the trade because I didn't want to. Then we randomly had this person add in a snowcat and confirm like they were going to give it to us, and they actually just gave us a free snowcat. That's actually the second free pet that we've got today, so that's pretty awesome. Then I saw this person that had a dodo, and if you remember, we actually have 2 dodos, and I'd love to get 4 so that we could make a neon, and so I went to trade them, and I put in this fly winged horse just to see if they would take it, and they were not interested in our winged horse for their dodo, so no problem. But I'm going to keep trying to find 2 more dodos. And here's a little look at our inventory so far in this series on day 75. I'm actually super happy with where we've come from since we just started out with a cat, guys. And I know a lot of you guys have kind of like started this, like starting over, and I love when you guys comment and tell me how it's going. So please comment down below and let me know how your trading challenge is going or your inventory transformation. And don't get discouraged, just keep going, because I promise you, you're going to get a good inventory if you just keep going. Then we got this offer for our mushroom friends, and guys, if I put this in my lure, I'm either going to get a winter fawn, a winter doe, or a winter buck, and none of those is worth the mushroom friend, so I just wasn't interested in this trade. Then we got this offer for our ride dark brown Shetland pony, I think is what it's called, and they actually added in this ride ox, and I just wasn't interested in that because those are really hard to trade. It is a ride, which is going to make it easier to trade, but I told them no thank you, and so then they added in this ride zeopod, and I really felt like that was like definitely not worth our pet. So again, I told them I wasn't interested in that. So then they started adding in like some cute ultra rares, actually. Like they added in like the starfish and the red squirrel. I don't know why, but I just think the red squirrel is like really cute. And I think the ribbon seal is pretty cute, but I know it's a login pet, like a login rewards pet, and so I have like a ton of them, and so they're not that difficult to get. But this Shetland pony is only a rare, and so they added in all these pets, and so I thought, well, we could probably trade these for some other stuff. And so I did accept this trade, but then guys, they declined at the last minute. And I'm so glad they did, because then we got this trade, and this person actually put in a ride sweetheart rat, and I'm trying to collect these, and so I definitely accepted this trade. Then we got this offer for our mushroom friend, and they actually added in this Dracula parrot, and I'm not interested in those at all because I have so many of them on my main account. And then they added in this Indian leopard, which those are really cute, but this is definitely not worth our mushroom friend. Then we had this person offer us a fly ride cactus friend for a mushroom friend, and I definitely was going to accept this, but then they said like, please add more, and I had already accepted it. I didn't want to add more, and then they did accept the trade, but then at the last minute they declined. Then I'm doing a lot more grinding on my pet, and I always know that there's been someone in my house when my front door is open, and I like to keep the front door closed because I definitely need to go out there and do some decorating, and I always forget about it, and I kind of want to forget about it because I just don't want to do it right now. But when that door is open, I'm staring out there, and I'm like, I really need to take the time to just make it look really cute, like outside the house. Then we had some strange things happen to us. This person traded us, and they actually asked us to pick a number between 1 and 5, and I was like, what kind of scam or game or whatever is this? But I picked a number, and then they declined the trade, and that was it. Then we had this person trade us, and they actually put in an ant, and then they confirmed the trade, so I confirmed, and I was like, oh, we just got another free pet. But then while I was standing there, the person actually said, trade me my ant back to me, or something like that. And I was like, what in the world? But anyways, I sent them a trade request, and then I put the ant back in, and then I gave them their ant back. I've seen a couple people comment that actually people will do this like as part of a scam, and I'm not saying that this is, but they will actually like trade you or like give you a pet, and then they will actually report you for scamming them. Then we had this person offer for a neon beaver, and they actually put in this like sushi plushie. And as far as I know, this thing isn't worth anything, and I'm really hoping that you guys don't comment and tell me it's like the rarest plushie in the game, but I just wasn't interested in actually taking a plushie for my pet. Then they acted like they were going to like add something for the longest time. And I mean the longest time, and I waited, and then eventually I just declined the trade. Then that same person turned right around and tried to trade us again, and then they added all these stickers in, and then they added in the sushi plushie again. And I just haven't really like collected the stickers, or so far I haven't collected the stickers, and so I just wasn't interested in this trade. Then we got this offer, and they offered us a neon mouse, and the neon mouses are kind of hard to trade, and this one is a rare, our beaver is, and the mouse is just a common, so it's a lot easier to make neon than the beaver was. And the rest of day 76, we just really got like a lot of offers for our neon beaver, but none of them were very good. We did get this offer, and I definitely would have accepted this, but they declined, so I'm not sure why they even offered to begin with. And then another offer that I just wasn't interested in. Although I do think the soccer car is pretty cute, I'm just not really into collecting cars or vehicles right now. And guys, that's the end of day 76. Bye guys, until next time.